and welcome to Woodbridge Township, the best town around. My name is John McCormick. I'm the mayor of this great town, and we're here today for our annual quarterly award of the police officer of the quarter. In this case, it's the third quarter from July to September, and we are honoring police officer Kevin Smith. You can clap. So there's a couple of reasons why, among others, but two main reasons why Officer Smith was honored this quarter. I'd like to go through the details. On August 16, 2019, Officer Kevin Smith responded to a communications dispatch report of a suicidal male armed with a box cutter. Officer Smith, the first police department officer to arrive at the reported location, a church playground, the school playground at St. Cecilia's, initiated contact with the female caller who advised that the suicidal male was seated on a bench in the playground. Officer Smith initiated the dialogue with the distraught male and eventually convinced him to relinquish the box cutter and continue to engage in conversation, which demonstrated concern and compassion for the distraught individual. Now, were there kids around at the time? Or were they in school? Or
No,
it was at nighttime, okay. Go with the kids around.
yeah.
You know,
That's a better story.
there was kids like 5 feet away, you know? Yeah. They were playing in the wagons. They were right there the whole time. And on September 20th, 2019, Officer Kevin Smith, in concert with fellow WPD officers, responded to the scene of an active fire at a Woodbridge Township senior housing facility, which we later learned was Woodbridge Hills on Brown Avenue in Island, entered the smoke-filled building, and immediately began evacuating the residents. Officer Smith further located the source of the apartment fire and initiated actions to extinguish the fire before it got out of control. And whereas Police Officer Kevin Smith is recognized and honored before members of the Woodbridge Township Police Department, community, and family for his dedication to duty and police professionalism, and is hereby named Police Officer of the third quarter for the period July 1st to September 30th, 2019. This is something we started 3, 4, 5 years ago, recognizing officers of the quarter and officers of the year. I say all the time that we have the best police department in the state of New Jersey. I believe it. The people up here with me believe it. And these men and women just go out and prove it every day. So congratulations to Officer Smith. Now the answer is usually no, but I'm going to ask anyway. Do you want to say a few words?
I'm good, sir.
I forgot to introduce the council. Well, first Joe's going to come up, but for Councilman Corey Spiller, Council President, 3rd Ward, Council Vice President Lisbeth DeJesus, Councilwoman at Large, 5th Ward Councilwoman Debbie Meehan, 1st Ward Councilwoman Nancy Drum, Councilman at Large Greg Ficara, 2nd Ward Councilman Howie Bauer, Councilman at Large Brian Small, and Councilman at Large Kyle Anderson. And I now would like to ask Deputy Director Joe Niski to say a few words.
Thank you, Mayor. On behalf of Director Hubner, who couldn't be here because his flight was canceled, and our
Where's
chief,
he stuck?
he's stuck in Fort Lauderdale.
We've always been here so far, and we're supposed to feel bad. Stuck in Florida.
And our chief law enforcement officer, Scott Kuzma, who's actually off sick, so not as good a reason as Bob. As always, I want to thank the mayor and the entire municipal council for always taking the time to recognize our police officers. We're very proud of all of our police officers. They do a wonderful job day in and day out. And every quarter, it's so difficult to just pick one officer to recognize as Officer of the Quarter. But for the third quarter, Officer Smith really deserved the recognition. We're proud of the work he did in the third quarter and all the work he's done since he's been with us for the last 5 years. So congratulations.
Councilman Brian Small, former police officer, want to say a few words? Sure.
It's a pleasure to stand here, being a retired police officer and working with so many great men and women. But not only Kevin's duty as a police officer, but his military service, just a genuine good guy, fun to hang out with at a tailgate party, but very well deserved of this honor, and I just wish him the best.
Okay, now we have the rest of the council please step in.
Usual spot right in front of me. Here you go. She hides my belly very well.
Good evening. Please stand. Call the meeting to order. Pledge allegiance followed by a moment of silence for our military personnel. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated.
Notice the requirements of the Open Public Meeting Law have been satisfied concerning this meeting. The Home News Tribune and the Star Ledger published a notice on December 21st, 2018. It was posted on the Municipal Bulletin Board and should be so noted in the minutes of this meeting. Councilman Anderson.
Here.
Councilman Ficarra.
Here.
Councilwoman Drum.
Here.
Councilman Small.
Here.
Councilwoman Meehan.
Here.
Councilman Patel. Councilman Bauer.
Here.
Vice President De Jesus.
Here.
And President Spiller.
Here.
Can I get a motion that the minutes of October 29th, 2019 be approved?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Beginning with second reading ordinances, we'll take the letter A first. An ordinance authorizing the subdivision of Lot 4 within Block 867 for the sale of newly created Lot 4.02 on Broadway Avenue. Can I get a motion that this ordinance be taken up on second and third reading and the public hearing be open?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Public hearing is now open on letter A only. Here are no comments from the public. Can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed, the ordinance be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. We'll take letters B, C, and D by consent. These are all amendments to Chapter 7 of the Traffic Ordinance of the Township of Woodbridge. The first is to designate handicap parking on Highland Avenue and to delete on Smith Street. The second is to designate handicap parking at Aspen Manor, and the third is to codify bus stops on 35 north and southbound lanes. Can I get a motion that B, C, and D be taken up on second and third reading and the public hearing be open?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The public hearing is now open on letters B, C, and D, B, C, and D only. Hearing no comment from the public, and I get a motion that the public hearing be closed, the ordinance be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law.
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Ordinances first reading, letters E through Q. Can I get a motion that all these ordinances be passed on first reading, published in the Home News Tribune on November 15, 2019. The public hearing will be held on the 26th of November at 7 p.m.
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The resolution before you, inclusive 1 through 18. I get a motion by consent to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you, Mr. Mitch. We will now move to the public portion of the meeting. Please approach the microphone if you like. State the area of the township or area of the state that you reside, and there is a 5-minute time period.
Any comment from the public? There are no comment from the public. Can I get a motion that the public portion of this meeting be closed?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you, Mr. Mitch. Before we move to the agenda portion, Mayor, can I ask for your bi-weekly council?
Thank you, Council President. We're like 2 weeks, mostly because of the election, but it was a fantastic Veterans Day this past weekend. Just about the whole council was marching in the parade, and there was veteran services all over town yesterday, Monday, 11/11 at 11. Too many for any of us to make all of them. That's why we split up and had to, break away and each attended what we could. But speaking on the election, I just want to say thank the people of Woodbridge Township for the support they showed to us and our team. I want to congratulate my running mates on the town council, Kyle Anderson, Brian Small, Elizabeth De Jesus, and Greg Ficarra. I'd also like to congratulate the candidates for the Board of Education, AJ Sedana, Joe Velez, and Jonathan Treebwasser. It was a better turnout than it was 4 years ago. It's always a light turnout when the assembly's at the top of the ticket. I always say it's because Craig is just not that popular, but it is typically low, but this year was better than normal, and it's credit to the voters of Woodbridge Township that they came out as much as they did, and I want to again thank everybody for their support.
Thank you, Mayor. We'll now move to the agenda portion of the meeting. My agenda, item number 1, That time of year is coming, holidays. Very happy to announce again that Avenel's Very Merry Holiday Lighting will take place Sunday, November 24th at Avenel Firehouse, located at 346 Avenel Street. That's from 4 to 6. Parking will be available at the First Presbyterian Church on Avenel Street. Just a reminder, Avenel Street will be closed from Route 1 to East Woodbridge Avenue. Along there, we will have an iceless ice skating rink, a horse with carriage, vendors, photo booths, face painting, light refreshments. You take your picture with Santa. We have a photo booth set up. It's coming up to, as well as Christmas caroling. And then the menorah and the 17-foot tree get lit at 6 p.m. So it turned out to be a fantastic event last year. So check this out again, Sunday, November 24th at 4 to 6. Item number 2, with the holiday lighting, that means the holidays are approaching. Regarding the Arts Village, go to www.avenelarts.com. They have a lot of fantastic holiday-themed shows. The big ones along the lines of the Christmas Spectacular. So there's a lot of good entertainment there, so take a look at that. Finally, item number 5, Avenel Community Service Club. I just want to mention it because what the kids do in this Community Service Club is just unbelievable. So each student, ranging from 6th, 7th, or 8th grade, I'll just hold it up. It's got to be at least 100 thank you letters to the fire department. Normally we get that during fire prevention. I'll come in and speak during Christmas time. We get it then, maybe career day. They just took it upon themselves to write, over 100 letters to the members, and they're very well written. So I want to give a little shout out to them. So the rest of my agenda is in order. Council Vice President DeJesus.
Thank you, Council President. My agenda is in order. I just have one quick announcement. The Woodbridge Main Library now offers special programs for tweens, children ages 9 through 13. Visit the library calendar and register online at woodbridgelibrary.org or call us at 732-634-4450-7141. And I would also like to thank Woodbridge Township for giving me another chance, another 4 years to work with you and for you. Thank you. That is all that I have.
Thank you, Council Vice President DeJesus. Councilwoman Meehan.
Thank you. My agenda is in order. Also, I just have 3 upcoming events that I'd like to mention. This Saturday, we're going to do a turkey trot down Inman Avenue. It will leave School 21 at 11:30. We'll proceed up Inman Avenue on the sidewalks as to not disrupt the businesses, up to the Evergreen Center where we'll have a fall festival. Everything is free for everyone. You can come. There's hay rides, there's face painting, there's food. The only thing we ask is that you bring an item of food that we are going to be making baskets for local families that are struggling through the holidays. If you can't be there and you want me to pick it up, or if you want to drop it off, we'll be taking donations that whole day from 11:30 till about 3:30 that day. So you can just drop off any food, and we would appreciate it. It all goes to local families in Woodbridge Township. Colonial will be holding its annual tree lighting on Thursday, December 5th at 6 o'clock. We will be having Santa help us about 6:15 light the tree. We have a holiday zoo which includes lots of animals. This year, unfortunately, we can't have our camel. That's a whole long story.
No camel?
No camel.
Christmas camel.
No. We'll also have, we'll have llamas and deers and all that stuff, so don't worry, it'll be fine. It'll be good. Also, this is also a free event. If you could bring a can of food for our families, our local families, that would be wonderful. And lastly, I would just like to thank the Woodbridge community for their generosity in helping the 3 families, one of whom's home was destroyed, and the other 2 that were heavily damaged by the plane crash on October 29th. So many people, we sat at the Evergreen Center on Saturday, and so many people came up and they donated gift cards and money, and we were able to give the families each about almost $12,000, and the money's still coming in. So we really do thank the community for their generosity. It's absolutely overwhelming, the kindness of this community. And just staying on that topic, one little thing, I want to give a shout out to a little girl named Emily Barbado. Her dad is a police officer, one of the officers that were dispatched to the scene after the plane crash. Emily asked her dad, who lived in the house, and when he told her there was a 5-year-old girl that lived there, she wanted to do something. So Emily is selling these little unicorns, if anybody wants to buy them. And she's going to take the money from that and buy the little girl toys because she lost all her toys. So just a shout out to that little girl. It's like I said, when things happen in this township, it's amazing the kindness that unfolded. So If you're interested in buying one of those unicorns, you can reach out to her dad at BATO2520.com, or you can call me at 732-382-0273. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Councilwoman Meehan. Councilwoman Jung.
Thank you, Council President. My agenda's in order. I just have a few announcements. Number 2 on my agenda, Downtown Merchants Association will be in collaboration with our Woodbridge Township Recreation Department celebrating Small Business Saturday. And it will be on November 30th. It's always the last Saturday in November from 4 to 6:30 right here, out here on Main Street in Woodbridge proper. There'll be ice skating and a visit from Santa and Mrs. Claus. There'll be horse-drawn carriage rides, holiday carolers, a DJ, ice sculptures, fire pits, roasted marshmallows, special performance, crafters and vendors. So hope everyone could come down to Main Street and have fun with us to celebrate the holidays. And number 12, the Pace Bazaar, the Pace Holiday Bazaar, they have it every year, I believe as a fundraiser. It will be at Woodbridge High School on November 16th from 10 to 3 in the gym. PACE is an acronym, but it's a program for the advancement of children's education for the Woodbridge Township In-District Extended School Year Program. And it takes place out of Matthew Jago School in Seawarren. And number 4, the Chamber of Commerce is hosting Woodbridge Restaurant Week now through the 17th. Our efforts for this event is to bring our residents to our local eateries and to promote their respective establishments. There are 25 participating restaurants listed on our chamber website, and there's also a Facebook event, Woodbridge Restaurant Week. There is also a diner's card that I was hoping TV35 could get on there. And these diner cards are at all of the participating restaurants. And there's an opportunity to, if you go to one or all of the participating restaurants, you get a little sticker, and then you get entered into a drawing to get a free $25 gift card. So I hope that you can all participate and frequent to our local eateries, and we appreciate your support. Thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you, Councilwoman Jung. Councilman Quater. Oh, no. Councilman Innes.
Thank you, Council President. My agenda is basically in order, but I do want to bring light to a couple of areas. The job bank, for one, especially as we're approaching the holidays. New Jersey Institute of Disabilities is hiring. You can go on the Employment Opportunity website to look at the opportunity there. I also want to bring to light Provident Bank has a opening, and they have the Island branch team at 1220 Green Street in Island. Arizona Iced Tea, BASF, and public employment fairs hosted by New Jersey Civil Service Commission is having a job fair on November 14th. That is this Thursday from 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. at the Morristown National Guard Armory, and that's at 430 Western Avenue, and that's in Morristown, New Jersey 07960 if you're interested in going. You do have to RSVP, but all the details are on our website. Chicken Galore is looking for a cook and a counter position, and RSI Bank has positions, and as FedEx, as we get closer to the holidays, FedEx and Amazon also have positions. FedEx is starting pay at $17.60 an hour, and don't forget about Avenel Performing Arts Curtains. They're also looking for various positions there. I want to go down. We'll be planning for our Martin Luther King event for January. So we'll be looking, Mr. Haggerty will be looking for a speaker for that one. And I wanted to thank the Boy Scouts, the local Boy Scouts, for their participation in this weekend's Veterans Day Parade. They all came out, and they were very, very, very good there. I want to congratulate, we have some of the coaches here, the Woodbridge Broncos cheer coaches and the cheer teams. So we've had 4 regional champions this year. So they will go down to Disney and represent Woodbridge Township. And this is the first time ever that we've had a football team that is a Pop Warner football team to make it to Disney. Our 10U football team has advanced through the playoff system, and they've received an at-large bid. and we're excited for those guys. So of course, you'll probably be getting some letters and of requests for fundraising and so forth. So please help those kids out. And Port Reading Saints 10U football team is also advancing in their new league that they're in. They're deep into the playoffs. Their season started a little bit later, so they're not at their championship point yet, but we're rooting for them as well. And I wanted to thank the Woodbridge residents for their votes and bringing me back for my third term. This was a very interesting election for me, but we prevailed, and I want to thank everyone that pushed the button, from myself, my teammates, the mayor, and everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilman Hanson. Sorry about that. Councilman Ficarra.
Thank you, Council President. My agenda is not in order, but I'm going to muddle through it anyway. First, the Woodbridge Community Center has a special membership for veterans. If you can bring your military ID during this month, they eliminate the waivers fee, so it's a little thank you to our veterans. There's a number of big events coming on. Zumba with Melissa. Aqua Fitness is a great event at the club at Woodbridge, especially if you're recovering from some type of orthopedic issue. And also there's a new program called Strong 30, which combines body weight, muscle conditioning, cardio, and plyometrics training. It moves in sync with original music, and it's a very unique program. Just goes to show you at the Woodbridge Community Center there's something for everybody. Across the street at the Club of Woodbridge, they have this unique plan. It's called Parents' Night Out. If your child is 3 to 10 years old, on December 13th, you can drop them off at the club and do some holiday shopping, and the kids will have a good time while they're there. Also, there's a special discount to town and Board of Ed employees at the club at Woodbridge. You may ask, why is that? Why should they get special treatment? The real answer is that insurance companies, health insurance companies, encourage employees to take an active role in their physical fitness, and it helps to keep insurance rates down, so we encourage that, and we appreciate the club doing that. The community center, again, the best place to check out if you're not going to go by in person is their really good website, which is update njwcc.com, New Jersey Woodbridge Community Center.com. And finally, my recycling tip of the day. Your containers, please try to rinse them out before you throw them in. We've talked about the crisis we're in with recycling now and the regulations, and where we used to receive money to recycle things and now we have to pay. So as a town, if we come together and we do these little recycling things like rinse your containers, it'll cut back on the expenses of the town. And I too would like to congratulate my teammates on the victory and thank everybody in town that supported us, and we will do our best to make you proud of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Ficarra. Councilman Small.
Thank you, Council President. Number 9 on my agenda, level playing field, Cypress Park. Progress continues on the site with the completion of the foundations for the public restrooms, greenhouse, dugouts, and backstop. Retaining walls and other sports field lighting controls are completed. Fencing is underway as far as the installation of electronic conduit throughout the site. Just an announcement, Port Reading Community Tree lighting is on December 3rd, 6 o'clock at the Port Reading Firehouse. There will be arts and crafts, light refreshments, cookie decorating, Christmas carols, Santa Claus, and also we'll be doing a toy drive from the Marissa Tafaro Foundation, and all toys collected go to Robert Wood Johnson Children's Hospital. And I too would like to thank the voters of Woodbridge, not only supporting me, but our whole team on B and our Board of Ed representatives. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Small. Councilman Patel is excused. He had a death in his family. His mother passed away, so we ask everyone to keep him and his family in your thoughts and prayers, please. Excuse me. Councilman Bauer.
Thank you, Council President. My agenda is in order, and I have no announcements tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Bauer. Mr. Mitch.
Thank you, Mr. President. Under number 1, letters A, B, and C, we still continue to work with the ABC and the police department. I will be adding a letter D, Kona Macadamia, which trades its Kona Grill, to file for bankruptcy. They'll be working this week with their other department to transfer the licenses to receivership. And from there, they already have a prospective new buyer. The rest of my agenda is in order. Just with one comment, Mr. Haggerty and I will be meeting with the Census Bureau tomorrow, so we'll be coming back to council with plans for complete action.
Sounds good. Thank you, Mr. Mitch. Senator Bennett.
Thank you, Council President. A resolution in front of you for the next meeting to award bids to the for the Woodbridge pump station generators, the backup water system boosters, and the Highland Grove cameras. The other two items are both housekeeping in nature.
Thank you, Senator. Director Nitzke.
Thank you, Council President. I have two items on my agenda. Item one is a handicap parking space in Colonia, and item two is a traffic signal in Avenel.
Thank you, Director. Director Green.
Thank you, Council President. I have three agreements up for renewal. The first is a shared service agreement with Quater for opioid overdose recovery program. The second is a shared service agreement with New Brunswick for an opioid overdose recovery program. And third and last is a shared service agreement with Medical
Services. Thank you, Council.
Thank you, Director. Director Cerulli.
Thank you, Council President. For next meeting, I'll have an addendum for the ordinance for recreation fee schedules. Thank you.
Thank you, Director. Director Dorff.
Thank you, Council President. Next meeting, we'll have the annual agreement for administrative agent services. Thank you.
Thank you, Director. Director Hammond.
Thank you, Council President. A few items. 2020 partnership agreement with Rutgers for technical assistance for floodplain restoration. Agreement with Nigerian Associates for FEMA community rating system. An agreement with Alamo Engineering for Casey Complex Pump Station. And a renewal of agreement with Laborers International Union. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Legal. Look for a motion.
Motion.
Second. Have a good night.